when I started talking with Ellen about this session of Peru, we said, okay, how many speakers and who we're going to invite? So for the beginning, we said, okay, we are going to bring someone from the S&P, Cayetana, someone scientific part, that at the beginning was IMARPE, and now we have Mariano, that is an ex-IMARPE. And then we said, okay, who else? Who else is going to speak about the fish oil from Peru? And I raised my hand. I said, I would like to do it, no? Because I think it's important that we, as an industry, we have to take the lead to promote the industry. All right, so, of course, I need to speak about TASA. I promise you there's going to be only one slide. TASA is the leading fishing company in Peru, and we are the leader producer of fish meal and crude fish oil in the world. As you can see in the map, we have presence all along the Peruvian coast with different factories. And this is a strategic point because we have access to different profiles of EPA DHA. We manage 48 boats, 10 factories all around the coast where we do the crude oil and the steam dry fish meal, one factory dedicated for omega-3 refined and concentrated oil. I don't know where it is, okay. Okay, one factory for frozen fish, one shipyard. We work with more than 2,600 people in our organization. And this is the key number, 50,000 tons of crude oil per year. How much that means? This means that we could supply 25% to 30% of all the fish oil industry on the omega-3 that we know. And this is a big volume, and this is part of our value proposition to you. We can guarantee supply. We are part of the Berca Group, that is the biggest economic group in Peru. Okay, so this is my only slide about TASA, and now we are going to continue. Why are we here? And this is the moment that you are asking yourself, why a fishing company is here? Why a crude oil producer and supplier is here in this conference? Because we see in the last 3 days a lot of presentations of new product developments, new claims, and other things. And the reason that we choose to sponsor this session, I come to talk with you, is because we believe that the raw materials are going to be the key element to continue with the growth of the industry. So this is the word that we are discussing all the week about the theme of the gold exchange this year. And this is growth, no? And we saw, well, I start on the industry, in total 7 years and 4 years in the omega-3, and we see, and we always talk about these things, no? New products, more EPA DHA, new forms, new concentration, claims, trends, consumer clinical trials, and this is good, and this is the reason that we are here. And I believe that we have a very strong industry because a lot of people invest in these things. But it is enough or not? And here, let me tell you a story that happened in Singapore. I don't know if some people here in the audience remember. It was an omega-3 summit. There was some gentleman, very successful, and he made a very good job. And he was talking about his brand on the capsule of fish oil. And he was saying the purity of his oil, the concentration, the claims, et cetera, et cetera. And he was the leader in his market. And a friend of mine, Selena and Eric from Oribo, we were in the table, and we see the picture of the fish that was on the label. And we said, okay, that fish, I think, doesn't have too much omega-3s, no? So start feeling the disconnection between these claims and what fish was. And I raised my hand, and I asked where the oil is coming from. And this gentleman said, it's coming from Europe. I said, okay, but the raw material is coming from where? And he didn't know what to reply. So at the end of the session, he said, I think it's from South America. Think? You sure? South America where? Venezuela? Bolivia? So it's incredible, no? So we believe that if we want to continue talking of growth, we have to add more elements to the equation. And these elements are more raw materials, traceability, where is the origin of the crude oil or other sources, security of supply, fisheries sustainability. We saw, I think it was the first day of the conference, talking about the tendencies or the trends in our market, and we see that the consumer is asking about these things too. So we need to start talking about this, and we need to add all these elements to our value proposition in the industry. There are some good examples. We have some brands in Australia that are saying that it's only one species. We have our friends in Chile, Golden Omega, that are claiming that they're only sourcing South Pacific anchovy, if I'm not wrong, with the help of our friends Oribo. And we believe that this is going to be the trend. We keep seeing these labels saying anchovy, sardine, mackerel, horse mackerel, and blah, 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 blah. So this is what I think we can do better with our customers. Okay, so Peru, the omega-3 industry, purity, traceability, sustainability. Peru has been the base for the growth of our industry. We have been shipping a lot of crude oil and raw materials, semi-refined and refined oil to the industry. And we believe, we always have some discussions with Aldo about the final figure, but we believe that between the 50 to 60% of all the fish oil category is coming from Peru in terms of the raw material. So I feel honored as a Peruvian to introduce Peru to you.
Peru is located in the central and western part of South America. It borders the Pacific Ocean, the third largest country in South America, and one of the 20 largest in the world. Peru is a mega-diverse country, thanks to the extraordinary richness of flora and fauna, and great diversity of soils, landscapes, and climates. With more than 10,000 years of history, it is a country that inherited an ancient culture, cultural abundance, and magnificent archaeological complexes, UNESCO's World Heritages, and that is home of one of the wonders of the world, Machu Picchu. The richness of its lands and its cultural diversity makes Peru a country of exquisite, varied, and exceptional cuisine that is already known as one of the best culinary destinations in the world. Peru also is close to one of the oceans with the highest biological productivity worldwide. In the Peruvian Sea, masses of water of different temperatures converge, such as the cold Humboldt Current and the warm equatorial countercurrent, together with the winds that blow along the Peruvian coast, deliver a natural system of recirculation or outcrop that leads to the surface of the sea waters very rich in nutrients. All this fertilizes the Peruvian coast and increases the availability of food for the species. In this rich sea, the Peruvian anchovy, Engraulis ringens, has been living for more than 5,000 years. Peru has the largest anchovy biomass in the world, with an average of 8.5 million tons per year. This is due to its great capacity for adaptation, amazing reproduction throughout the year, and the sustainable fishing that is done thanks to the work of the Peruvian government through the Ministry of Production and the Institute of the Sea of Peru, IMARPE. This organism works independently and regulates its extraction since 2008 by a quota system that has been recognized by international organizations such as FAO, OECD, World Bank, among others, for its good management. How are fishing quotas set? An exploratory cruise is carried out to determine the amount and composition of anchovy biomass. Then, a fishing quota of maximum 35% of the biomass is set. 65% is reserved for reproduction and for feeding other species. Fishing is done from mile 5 onwards. During the season, those areas with a high presence of juveniles are closed. In case of exceeding 13% of juveniles, the season closes. This abundant species is the one with the highest natural concentration of EPA and DHA in the world, with an average above 29% between both fatty acids. Peru produces 180 to 200,000 MT of crude oil per year and offers a varied range of EPA and DHA profiles. Since the popular 1812, high EPAs, balanced oils, and high oils in DHA. In addition to crude, it also produces refined and concentrated oil, what makes this country a source of supply for all your omega-3 oil needs. If we talk about purity, Peruvian anchovy oil has very low pollutants, polychlorinated biphenyls, and heavy metals, and it has the traceability of the product from fishing to crude oil tanks. For all this, we can say that the Peruvian anchovy fish oil industry has become a safe and sustainable source of fish oil of the purest quality and high concentration of omega-3 oils. Anchovy, a pure, sustainable and safe source of crude, refined and concentrated oil.